from the studios in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
It's National Eat Your Vegetables Day.
Eat your veggies! Because you're all going to eat your vegetables.
Eat lots of veggies.
Eat your vegetables.
What kind?
What kind of what?
Vegetables.
Well, you know.
A zucchini,
Olives. Eggplant.
cucumbers.
You know, cucumbers are just brineless pickles.
Lettuce, tomatoes, yeah.
A tomato.
It's a fruit.
Yes, close enough.
Happy National Eat Your Vegetables Day.
Welcome into the Sports Guy Mike Show. It is Wednesday, June 17th, 2020. Sports Guy Mike hanging out with you right here on KCBR 98.5 AM 1040 and online at 100mixfm.com. Man, National Eat Your Vegetables Day. So for those of you watching on Facebook and Sportscaster, this is something I've never, ever done in my life. Ever. Unless it was an actual, long sleeve shirt. But I figured, everybody's being real risky these days with the online because they're not going anywhere. So not only am I trying to grow a beard, but I also figured today I would button up my polo shirt. So let me know what you guys think. I don't know. It looks weird to me. But then again, that's just me. Anyway, thanks so much for hanging out with us, making us part of your day. We're going to start off the show today, of course, with some coronavirus insanity stories. And some of these are pretty interesting, y'all. I go to all lengths of the earth to try to find these things for you. So today we got a couple pretty good ones. A designer in San Francisco is selling clever but creepy masks that are printed with your own face. Ew. So from a distance, it might not look like you're even wearing a mask, but up close, obviously it looks like something is very off with your mug. But I don't know. I might take a flyer on that just to see what it looks like. Because that's got to be kind of cool, but kind of creepy all at the same time. One of my favorite things about the summer and the 4th of July, the annual July 4th Nathan's Famous Hot Dog Eating Contest has not been canceled. Thank you, Jesus. Yet this year, because of the coronavirus, it will happen in a private location with no fans. Now, for those of you that have watched Nathan's Famous Hot Dog Eating Contest on the 4th of July, I just don't know if it's going to have the same caveat and the same excitement that it normally has, especially with their announcer. And as riled up as he gets, is he going to be there? That's kind of the question, too. It'll be interesting to see. I know a lot of people don't watch this stuff because most people think it's gross. And I am with you on the gross part because I think it's absolutely and unequivocally disgusting. But it's one of my favorite things to do. I actually met Joey Chestnut in Austin. He was doing a ice cream eating contest presented by Pepto-Bismol. That's right. Okay. A woman in the UK posted on a message board that she's suspicious her husband is cheating. Why, you ask? Well, he'd stopped shaving his own hair down there during the quarantine, but has started shaving again now that he's back to work. I don't know. That's kind of good. She might be onto something there. Watch out, dude. About half of Americans say that they snack more during the pandemic, and 40% of people say they plan to keep up all their extra snacking even once they start looking normal again. Look, let me tell you something. That COVID-15 that they keep calling it, like the freshman 15 where you gain 15 pounds your freshman year of college. This COVID 15-pound thing is for real, y'all. I went down. I went up. I went down. So now I'm back in my groove. Been doing my workouts and stuff. So we're trying to get back to that 190, 185. Is where we're trying to go. Okay, enough about me. Sorry about that. Some parents are spending a fortune We're talking 150 grand, y'all, to send their kids to luxury summer camp as a way of getting them out of the house. Look, I love my children, and I'd love nothing more than to get them out of the house. I ain't spending 150 grand to do it. Knuckleheads. All right. Some latest protest information around the U.S. for you guys. There was a shooting at a protest over a sculpture of a Spanish conquistador in Albuquerque, New Mexico on Monday, and one person was actually hospitalized. New Mexico's governor, Michelle Lujan Grissom, says the shooting was done by, quote, heavily armed individuals who flaunted themselves at the protest, calling themselves a civic guard, who were there for one reason, to menace protesters. Well, that's not the way to go about it, just saying. 45% of Americans say Juneteenth, which of course is June 19th, the day the slaves were freed, should be a federal holiday. Now, I did say on this very program, I told you guys that Nike is actually is now going to pay their employees. It's actually a paid holiday for a Nike corporation. So if you work for Nike, Juneteenth is a paid holiday. On Monday night, a police union tweeted that 3 NYPD officers had been, quote, intentionally poisoned by workers at a Shake Shack. The investigation proved it wasn't true. The employees hadn't done anything to their food whatsoever. President 45 signed an executive order on police reform yesterday that includes creating a national database of officers with excessive force complaints and encouraging departments to use mental health experts on some non-violent cases. And finally, for your last story on the protests around the country, a white guy in England is under fire for trying to trademark the phrases Black Lives Matter and I Can't Breathe. I can't even tell you how beyond disgusting that is. So this guy in England is trying to trademark this so he can, I'm sure it's nothing for a money grab so that he can make some money doing whatever, T-shirts, whatever the case may be. You should be slapped in your proverbial mouth there, sir. That's not something that is, I don't know, man. People just drive me nuts, man. The idiocracy that goes on in this country day in and day out, and it doesn't help that, it starts on the top, but I digress and I'll stop. But anyway, don't forget to check us out on social media at SportsGuyMike on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. This segment brought to you by our good friends over at Venture Travel and Tickets. Give them a call at 719-357-7510. If you're looking to book a vacation, airfare, hotel, car, all-inclusive, cruises, anything you need to get away right now for your summer, Venture Travel and Tickets. Give them a call, 719-357-7510. Venture Travel and Tickets, the best way to get away. In the NFL, Steelers, the game is scheduled for August 6th in Canton, Ohio, which of course is the Hall of Fame game, one of my favorite games, because it lets me know that football is here for real. And with the guys that are going in, obviously, Pittsburgh and Dallas was a great fit. And this game is scheduled for August 6th in Canton, Ohio, between the Steelers and the Cowboys as part of Enshrinement Weekend. Now, excuse me, as much as I hate to say this, because we've all been looking forward to that, and I know how much it means to the Canton area and the Stark County area and really across the country, it's a great, great event that we've been looking forward to, but having a crowd that size is highly unlikely. That quote came from Dwayne from WKYC TV, and he said, certainly it could not occur today. It would be very dangerous to do it today. Again, we have to we have to see where we are at that point. But that's a large crowd, a lot of people. There are a lot of things that we've talked about all the way through this as we open Ohio up and we get back to work and we get back to doing the things that we like. Probably the last things that are going to be able to be open are the big crowds, particularly when you have big crowds that are close together. So we have to continue to look at it and make decisions as we move forward. But if the question was, could the event occur today? The answer would be no. Now, Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium has a capacity of only 23 grand. That is a lot of people, though, 22,000 people. The number of confirmed coronavirus cases in Ohio has surpassed 42,000, with the death toll approaching 2,600, according to the data updated Tuesday on the state's COVID-19 website. Now, despite the data and the governor's comment, Hall of Fame Communications Vice President Richard DeSoris on Tuesday said options are still being evaluated. So at this point, basically the league said that, not the league, I should say the Hall is just basically weighing out their options and seeing what's going to happen closer down the line, which is smart. I mean, look, we're still in this pandemic, people. I don't know what some of y'all are thinking walking around with no masks on when you're in public. I mean, that's your prerogative. It really is. It's not very smart because the second wave is going to hit. And guess what? All you people with no masks on, you're going to be the first ones livid, kicking and screaming when they start shutting things down, like restaurants and bars. You're all going to be beside yourselves. You're going to be the first people to stand up and complain and moan about it. The ones that aren't wearing masks. What? The bars are closed? Yep, bars are closed. Restaurants closed again. Because y'all didn't want to wear your mask like the rest of us. So there you go. I mean, really. So this is a big crowd. Family and I were actually trying to get to that Hall of Fame weekend. Troy Polamalu, of course, going in. So kind of wanted to go check that out. But it's all to the good. I think what they should do, as well as what the MLB did, or the Baseball Hall of Fame, I should say. Baseball Hall of Fame postponed it to 2021. This way, they're going to put in Larry Walker, Derek Jeter next year with next year's class. Look, I think that that's a great idea, and I think that's what the Pro Football Hall of Fame should do. I mean, just a suggestion. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. So they said that they're going to keep an eye on it. Closer they get to that time, they'll make their decision. All right, y'all. Sports Guy Mike Show. Don't forget, check us out. Social media at SportsGuyMike on Facebook, Twitter, and, of course, Instagram. Coming up next, some more NFL news for you. Raiders Alliance Stadium in Las Vegas is going to host an event coming up. We'll tell you more about that on the other side of the break. Broncos agreed to a multi-year deal with a betting company. We'll talk about that as well. Keep it locked, y'all. Don't go nowhere. Sports Guy Mike Show right here on KCBR 98.5 AM 1040 and online at 100mixfm.com. Keep it locked, y'all. Are you looking to get away this summer? Give Venture Travel and Tickets a call at 719-357-7510. Whether you're looking for airfare, hotel, car rental, or even all-inclusive vacations, you need to contact Venture Travel and Tickets at 719-357-7510. Book your vacation today with Venture Travel and Tickets, the best way to get away.
Adult Youth Swanson Counseling is a licensed and accredited OBH treatment facility providing people services in the criminal justice system for over 6 years. Adult Youth Swanson Counseling is located on 1826 East Platte on the corner of Platte and Union, where the counselors are not only licensed and accredited, but also have life experience. They offer court-ordered DUI classes and any mandated court-ordered treatment. Use the promo code RADIO and pay only $20 for your initial intake fee for level 2. Adult Youth Swanson Counseling, where we help you feel better so you can get better and live a successful life.
Are you a first-time home buyer having trouble finding the right realtor that fits your needs? Well, look no further. Call Brandy Mendones with Keller Williams Clients Choice Realty at 719-291-4678. Take a journey into real estate with a top-notch company and a top-notch hands-on realtor that has your real estate success in mind.
I've been in the Colorado Springs area for 14 years, and I love experiencing everything the beautiful state of Colorado has to offer. I've raised my children here and would love to help you find your next home in Southern Colorado.
Call Brandy at 719-291-4678 with Keller Williams Clients Choice Realty, where
home and happiness happen.
Having car problems? Maintenance coming up on your vehicle? Don't gamble your money away at other mechanic shops. Come to All Service Auto. At All Service Auto, you get the quality workmanship and parts that you demand. Professionals at All Service Auto strive to make your experience the best you've ever had, from beginning to end. Everything from engine replacements to tire rotations. All Service Auto can get your vehicle back on the road and driving like you want it. No job is too big or too small. All Service Auto works on all makes and models, making them your one-stop mechanic shop. With affordable prices and customer service that is leaps and bounds above the rest, make your first choice All Service Auto, located at 3455 Shelton Loop, right near the intersection of Platte and Shelton. Call to set up your next appointment at 719-573-0292. Taking care of vehicles and the people who drive them. All Service Auto. Call now, 719-573-0292. All Service Auto.
due to recent events with COVID-19, Liberty Tax Now can do your tax return remotely. Give them a call at 866-871-1040 or visit them online at libertytax.com. Type in your zip code to find your nearest Liberty Tax office today. That's 866-871-1040. Liberty Tax, where you do life, they do tax.
It's hot. 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 It's a red hot radio station.
COVID's been hell, but a second wave awaits. FU 2020, I'm done. Last month I spent $1,000 just on Postmates. FU 2020, I'm done. No football, no baseball, no NBA. FU 2020, I'm done. 7-Eleven canceled its free Slurpee Day. FU 2020, I'm done. No nightclubs, no brew pubs, and celebrities won't shut the hell up. My stepdad keeps posting political rants. FU 2020, I'm done. Oh my God, if I have to see one more TikTok dance. FU 2020, I'm done. And Tom Brady plays for the Tampa Bay Bucks. FU 2020, I'm done. FU 2020, I'm done. FU 2020, FU 2020, FU 2020, FU 2020, FU 2020. I'm done.
Welcome back into the Sports Guy Mike Show, right here on KCBR 98.5, AM 1040, and online at 100mixfm.com. FU 2020, I'm done. I kind of dig that, man. That's a nice little riff right there. Just saying. Yikes. Yeah, man. Tom Brady plays for Tampa Bay. That's even funnier. That's funny right there. It doesn't matter who you are. All right. Raiders Alliance Stadium in Las Vegas is going to be the site of the 2021 Pro Bowl. That's right. The new home for the Las Vegas Raiders will host the Pro Bowl on January 31st. The event will air on ESPN, ABC, and ESPN Deportes. During Pro Bowl week, a series of events, which we all know will directly benefit the Las Vegas community. Past four Pro Bowls have been held at Camping World Stadium in Orlando, Florida. Before that, Hawaii's Aloha Stadium hosted all but two Pro Bowls from 1980 to 2016. So, hey, look, instead of getting a trip to Hawaii, now you get a trip to Vegas, right? Isn't that a fair trade-off? Hawaii, Vegas, right? It's a good trade-off. I don't know about that. But, I mean, hey, I'm definitely down for the Pro Bowl this year. Oh, yeah, buddy. We're going. And if you need Pro Bowl tickets, you know who has them? Venture Travel and Tickets. They absolutely do. That's right. Give them a call, 719-357-7510, and they'll hook you up as well. They have they're not just travel agents, and it's not just a travel agency. They can also get tickets for events once they do start opening, things of that nature as well. Concerts, sporting events. And you can give them a call. Sorry, I had to sneeze. All right. The Denver Broncos have agreed to a multi-year deal with FanDuel to make Sportsbook their official sports betting and daily fantasy football partner. The Broncos are the first NFL team to formally announce such an agreement since the league cleared the way earlier this year. Now, the agreement will allow FanDuel to use Broncos logos on its advertising in Colorado, and the company will advertise in the stadium on the Broncos TV and radio broadcast and on the team's website. Now, in a statement, Broncos Chief Commercial Officer Mac Freeman said FanDuel has built a strong reputation as a premier gaming destination for sports fans. The ways they smartly reach people through engaging and entertaining content is in line with the Broncos initiative thinking when connecting with our fans. Now, with FanDuel's successful launch into Colorado earlier in May, we believe Bronco fans will enjoy FanDuel's trusted mobile sports betting and daily sports fantasy platforms. Now, Proposition DD, as we all know, passed right here in Colorado back in November 2019, legalizing sports betting in the state. And earlier this year, after an in-house study, the NFL formally announced teams could individually sell sportsbook sponsorship. Now, those agreements, the league said, could make a company the official sportsbook of an individual team. The league has told teams active players or coaches cannot appear in any advertising for those sports betting partners, and teams cannot sell naming rights to stadiums or practice facilities to sportsbook companies. So be careful with that. But deals like the one the Broncos have announced will become far more common around the league, and I'm sure there'll be more people to do so. The XFL came crashing down, as we all know, and apparently they're saying within the next 2 years, somebody is going to pick it up. Now, I don't know how much validity there is to that. All I'm saying is, this was something that was actually working. I know some of my partners here don't think that way. But think about it. It was flourishing. It was flourishing so well that guys got picked up from the XFL, and now they're going to be playing in the NFL. So there was positive, and positive came out of it. But we'll see what happens. We'll keep you guys abreast when we find out more information. That's right. I said abreast. And some really weird, interesting news. Giants kicker Aldrich Rosas was arrested. That's right. New York Giants kicker was arrested and jailed for misdemeanor hit and run and driving under a suspended license, according to California Highway Patrol incident report. Alcohol impairment is believed to be a factor in the crash, which I don't understand. Shouldn't that be in the report already? Did they not take a breathalyzer or give him a field sobriety once they caught him? No? Okay. Rosas was driving a black Chevrolet SUV around 8:25 a.m. local time Tuesday morning when a T-bone collision occurred. Witnesses saw Rosas driving erratically over the double yellow lines and at speeds estimated to be around 100 miles an hour when he ran a red light and hit a Ford pickup truck. Rosas, 25, attempted to drive away from the scene of the crash before his vehicle became disabled. Really? He exited and fled the scene on foot without shoes, according to the police report. Officers went to Rosas' home after the scene was cleared. The 2018 Pro Bowl kicker was not there. but was later stopped walking on the side of the road with his hands, legs, and bare feet covered in blood. Now, he was treated for minor injuries at the Enloe Medical Center and later booked into Butte County Jail. Unbelievable. Quote, "We are aware of the situation. We have been in contact with Aldrich," is what the Giants said in a statement. "We have no further comment at this time." Aldrich is coming off a down season where he made just 12 of 17 field goals attempts, which is about 70%. He was re-signed as a restricted free agent for $3.3 million this offseason after the Giants used a second-round tender on him. Now, Rosas made 32 of 33 field goals, 96% the previous season, and was named to the Pro Bowl. The former undrafted Southern Oregon kicker worked his way onto the Giants' active roster back in 2017. Are you kidding me? Dude, you're a kicker. Look, and I'm not taking away from the fact that he's a kicker. Heck, if my 10-year-old, which we've discussed, if he wants to be a kicker, whatever. I got no problem with kickers. But you're still an NFL player. You got to be smarter than this. Not only, okay, like this is how you make it worse. You're in the car. You're drunk, obviously. You're driving on a suspended license. You blow through a freaking stop sign. Blow right through it. Hit another car. And then you're done behind, obviously covered in probably glass, shards, something. You got no shoes on, and you exit the car and you flee the scene. At what point haven't you watched other newscasts or movies? You don't ever get away. Ever. It doesn't happen. You don't get away. Especially if you are walking the streets with blood all over your hands, face, and feet, and you're not wearing any shoes, bro. Look, man, you weren't in the Caribbean, and I think the blood would have given you away anyway. This is when I always go back to professional athletes, whether they like it or not, everybody and their brother is looking at them. If you don't like it, then you shouldn't have got into the game. Step away from it. If you don't like your life under a microscope, then get out. You knew it when you signed your contract. Come on, man. People know this at the age of 10 when they're playing sports. Eventually, what's going to happen? Everybody's checking you out. You sign that pro contract. Your privacy is now gone to an extent. It just is. So you got to make better decisions, man. Make better decisions for yourself. Hell. I mean, this dude, man. And you got to see this clown. Eesh. Anyway. Just be smarter, players. Not that, anybody's listening to me. In documents, the NBA details coronavirus testing protocols, including 2-week resting period for positive testing. Now, this book, it's 100-page, I should say 100-plus page document sent to its players Tuesday and obtained by ESPN. The NBA broke down virtually every detail of what life inside the league's campus at Walt Disney World in Florida will be like when play resumes next month. From social distancing guidelines to activities players will be allowed to do in their time off. None of the information was more important than how the league will handle a positive coronavirus test, which is something that we spoke about the other day, and it's crucial, man, because if one league can get it right, then other leagues can adopt it, use it, whatever the case may be. I know this may be a different situation for the simple fact that these guys are going to be in a bubble in Disney World. I get it. But once someone tests positive for the virus, the protocol lays out a several-step process that persons will have to go through. So, let me see. Let me pull it up. Okay. There it is. Okay. So, if someone tests positive for the coronavirus, they will be placed in isolation housing. Okay? which will be a house, hotel, or other facilities that is different from the individual's previous hotel room at a location in which no individuals who have not tested positive are residing. They will be administered a second COVID-19 test as soon as possible to guard against the possibility of a false positive. If that second test does come back positive, the person will remain in isolation housing. Now, if the second test comes back negative, and a third test will be administered between 24 and 48 hours after the first test. If that test also comes back negative, then the person will be allowed to re-enter the NBA campus. If it comes back positive, well, the person will remain in isolation. So these guys have wrapped their arms around it, figured out the best way to try to move forward and not have the scare tactics like, oh my God, if somebody gets COVID, we got to shut it all down, and there's going to be no tournament, there's going to be no playoffs, no nothing. NBA is going to have to shut it down again. I'm glad that they have these things in place, and they make sense too because of the situation they're in. They're in that bubble in Disney World, so this theoretically makes sense. I don't know if they're going to be able to take too much of this. They'll be able to take some of it, I'm sure, and work it into the NHL playoffs in these hub cities that they're doing. So, if this works out, maybe this could be somewhat used as a blueprint. Now, once someone tests negative twice in a span of more than 24 hours, they will be allowed to leave isolation. However, though players will not be forced to be quarantined after that, they will have to wait for a 2-week period, either from the first positive test, if the player remains asymptomatic, or from the resolution of symptoms to pass before undergoing a cardiac screening. This is in accordance with the CDC cardiac screening guidelines. So it sounds good, looks good on paper. Hopefully everything gets done properly. And we can start seeing some resemblance of normalcy and kind of get back to where we were and get these guys back on the court. Get these guys playing freaking ball, man. Just saying. All right. The frequency of testing, the league says regularly, which means something less than daily. Under certain circumstances, they might be tested daily. How many people would have to test positive for the league to halt again? Which is a great question. It is not spelled out, unfortunately, but it is clear the league is prepared for positive tests, as we just spoke about. On this subject, the document says only, quote, the occurrence of a small or otherwise expected number of COVID-19 cases will not require a decision to suspend or cancel the resumption of the season. As to what constitutes a critical mass, that has not been identified yet. So that could be anywhere from 4 to 5 to who knows. But they obviously left it out. So what happens if a player doesn't want to go? Well, if a team determines a player is at higher risk for severe illness from COVID-19, he can be designated a protected player who does not have to report and will not lose salary. Additionally, a panel of 3 medical experts will review players' medical histories and could determine whether a player has a higher risk for severe illness from COVID-19. In that case, a player is excused and will also not be docked salary. Now, you can't beat that at all. That's cool, man. If you're susceptible to being sick and getting sick and you have a history of it, hey, man, speak up, be counted, let people know that. And once, it says the legal test you, that's great. Before we go to break, I do got to say this in regards to the NBA and things that are swirling all over the place in regards to this. And I spoke on it the other day. Guys like Kyrie Irving, Dwight Howard, these guys that are speaking out and saying that they shouldn't go and players should, refrain from being a part of all this. You have to stop being part of the problem, Kyrie. This is your chance. I know I spoke about it yesterday, and I'm not going to speak a lot about it right now. I just kind of wanted to get my final thought out on it. Kyrie, Dwight, and anybody else that are with you guys and saying that they should think and maybe not join this NBA resumption bubble. Shame on you for not remembering that this is what you guys need to do in order to continue everything that you're so strongly about. If you want things to change, use your platform. You being at home is not going to do anybody any good at any given time. You need to be in the forefront. We need to see your face. We need to hear your comments. We want to hear what you guys have to say. You can't do it if you're sitting home on your couch chilling. It don't work that way, man. Okay? When we come back, Denver Nuggets coach Mike Malone speaks out about COVID-19. Dr. Anthony Fauci says the MLB shouldn't play too deep into the fall. And we'll talk about that on the other side of the break. Keep it locked, y'all. Sports Guy Mike Show. Don't go nowhere.
Hey, Bill, sorry to hear about your car accident. How are you doing?
Not good, Mary. My neck is killing me.
Have you found an attorney for your claim yet?
I went to one of those guys that you see on TV all the time, and they said my claim was too small.
You need to call McDowell Law Firm. No claim is too big or too small. They specialize in criminal defense, DUI defense, and of course, personal injury.
I need that number.
You can call them at 719-227-0022. That's McDowell Law Firm at 719-227-0022 or online at McDowellFirm.com.
Thanks, Mary. I'm going to call him right now.
Having car problems? Maintenance coming up on your vehicle? Don't gamble your money away at other mechanic shops. Come to All Service Auto. At All Service Auto, you get the quality workmanship and parts that you demand. Professionals at All Service Auto strive to make your experience the best you've ever had, from beginning to end. Everything from engine replacements to tire rotations. All Service Auto can get your vehicle back on the road and driving like you want it. No job is too big or too small. All Service Auto works on all makes and models, making them your one-stop mechanic shop with affordable prices and customer service that is leaps and bounds above the rest. Make your first choice All Service Auto, located at 3455 Shelton Loop, right near the intersection of Platt and Shelton. Call to set up your next appointment at 719-573-0292. Taking care of vehicles and the people who drive them. All Service Auto. Call now, 719-573-0292. All Service Auto.
Are you looking to get away this summer? Give Venture Travel and Tickets a call at 719-357-7510. Whether you're looking for airfare, hotel, car rental, or even all-inclusive vacations, you need to contact Venture Travel and Tickets at 719-357-7510. Book your vacation today with Venture Travel and Tickets, the best way to get away.
Adult Youth Swanson Counseling is a licensed and accredited OBH treatment facility providing people services in the criminal justice system for over 6 years. Adult Youth Swanson Counseling is located on 1826 East Platte, on the corner of Platte and Union, where the counselors are not only licensed and accredited, but also have life experience. They offer court-ordered DUI classes and any mandated court-ordered treatment. Use the promo code RADIO and pay only $20 for your initial intake fee for level 2. Adult Youth Swanson Counseling, where we help you feel better so you can get better and live a successful life.
The hottest station on the dial. It's just hot. It's red hot.
Welcome back into the Sports Guy Mike Show right here on KCBR 98.5 AM 1040 and online at 100mixfm.com. Sports Guy Mike hanging out with you. Don't forget, check us out on social media at Sports Guy Mike, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We're also broadcasting on Facebook Live as well as sportscaster.com. Excuse me. This segment brought to you by Handyman Home Solutions. Affordable, professional, dependable. Give Joe a call at 719-362-7937. Big and small repairs, commercial cleanup, commercial painting, weed and tree removal, trash hauling, assembly, demolition, landscaping, yard cleanup, and that's right, snow shoveling and removal as well. Call him today to book your appointment. Call Joe at 719-362-7937. Handyman Home Solutions. Affordable, professional, dependable. All right. Actually, got to get Joe over here to help a brother out with some weed. So anyway, Denver Nuggets coach Mike Malone had the coronavirus in March, but wasn't informed of it until months later, is what he told CBS Denver 4 in an interview on a Monday. He said, quote, I'd say around March 20th, I started not feeling well, and we began reaching out to team doctors to see if I could get a test. Unfortunately, at that time, there was no testing available. So I only found out after the fact. I was able to get an antibody test probably right around Memorial Day weekend, and not surprisingly, our team doctor called up and said, listen, you tested positive. Malone, of course, sporting a fuller head of hair rather than the buzz cut he's done on the sideline, maintained a sense of humor through it all. He said, I'd like to say that I got the coronavirus and kicked its butt. I was able to survive, thank goodness. Now, the Nuggets, 43-22, at the time of the league's pause due to the coronavirus, will be among the teams in Orlando with the league when the league resumes. Another point of optimism for Malone. He said, quote, I hope that going down to Orlando will be a safe environment and we can limit the amount of people that actually get COVID-19. Yes, I completely agree. I think that, hopefully we keep these, limit them to next to nothing. But I highly doubt that with all these teams and all these players, and God knows where they've been and what's been going on and who's been practicing, what safe daily living, I think we're going to have more than the NBA is going to want to see and want to hear. I think it's going to be an issue. Just because in Texas and some other southern states, unfortunately, they're shutting restaurants down again because people aren't wearing masks when they go out. I know people hate them. One of my boys can't stand wearing them, doesn't wear them. It's his prerogative. But I'm telling you, if more people would just stop being selfish and just wear them. You only got to wear them when you go into a store. That's the only place I do it. I don't do it here. I don't, people I know in my tiny little circle, that's different. But when you're going out in public, man, come on, man, put the freaking mask on. But we'll see what happens. In some pretty interesting news here, NBA star Kevin Durant, I'm just kidding, Kevin Durant actually bought an MLS team. I guess you can add team owner to Durant's tremendous resume because the NBA champ just bought a stake in the Philadelphia Union of the MLS. Now, the Union announced the partnership Monday, saying KD bought 5% of the team with the option to take another 5% down the road. Now, Kevin's official title will be investor and community partner, and the team will work with the 35 ventures on marketing and community outreach. KD said, I'm excited to partner with the Philadelphia Union for years to come, is what he said in his statement. Quote, my team and I connected instantly with the Union coaching staff and leadership as well as the team's story. Now, Durant says the team will work with his Kevin Durant Charity Foundation to make an impact in the communities surrounding the Philadelphia area as well. Principal owner of the Union, Jay Sugarman, spoke about the new partnership, saying, quote, the partnership between Kevin and the Philadelphia Union is based on a set of shared values and philosophies. We want to be known as an innovator in our league and our team that is never satisfied with the status quo. Kevin brings us unique perspective as a person, as a champion, and as a sports icon. I love it. Good for him. I know, other players are trying to buy in and get pieces. Still waiting on that majority black owner in sports. But hey, this is just a step in a good direction. Good for Kevin. Glad to see that's going down. All right. Dr. Fauci apparently is not too sure about how long this MLB season, if starts, should go. In an interview with the LA Times on Tuesday, the director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases warned of the potential dangers of letting Major League Baseball go deep into the fall. He said, quote, "If the question is time, I would try to keep it in the core summer months and end it not the way we play the World Series until the end of October when it's cold. I would avoid that." Now, when the end of the potential season has been a significant point of contention between MLB and the Players Union, look, they really need to. I really hope by Friday they figure this thing out. I really do. It was a little concerning yesterday watching, going back and watching the Mike Greenberg interview with Rob Manfred. Just, you're sitting there looking at this guy going, okay, he doesn't look happy. He doesn't look confident. He tells Mike Greenberg that he's not confident that there's going to be a 2020 season, which makes me to believe, just like the president, you're supposed to come out and give the country the warm and fuzzies, which you are horrible at and you don't do. Rob Manfred is supposed to come out and let the baseball world have the warm and fuzzies and stick by what he said by saying, I am confident that there is going to be an MLB season for 2020. Now, not so much. I mean, that's a concern. It's a concern when the guy running it isn't confident. Are you kidding me? So yeah, so that's where we're at with that. This kind of makes me laugh though. Then I see this story the other day. Major League Baseball informed clubs on Monday that they can resume scouting activities, ending the ban that was instituted on March 19th due to coronavirus. So there's a limit of 3 scouts per MLB club for each event as a way for clubs to ramp up scouting activity. There might not be a 2020 season. Why is scouting processes in the forefront? I'm glad it's lifted. I'm glad that these MLB scouts can go out now and do their job. I don't know where they're going and looking. Things are still shut down. Now, although pro baseball has not resumed, amateur baseball tournaments were playing in multiple states weeks ago with no MLB scouts or college scouts present. So, got some tournaments out there. Hey, get back to work, do your thing. Congrats on being able to get back to work. But, it's going to be very limited, if you ask me. So, before we get out of this and go into some social media real quick, I do want to say this morning. If you haven't had a chance to check out Kendrick Perkins, man, you think I'm mad about Kyrie and these guys, Dwight Howard, wanting to kind of walk away and not play. Kendrick Perkins gave them the business, said you are a distraction. Kendrick Perkins he went off. He was not very happy. So if you haven't had a chance to check that out, please go do that. UNLV removes their mascot statue over Confederate ties. Not quite sure what they're going to do about the the name because they're the running Rebels. I mean, are they going to get rid of that as well? So UNLV has said adios to Hey Reb. The school just canned its famous on-campus mascot statue, and now its sports team's nicknames could be next. University removed the heavy bronze bust, which sat outside the TAM Alumni Center on Tuesday, with the school's president appearing to acknowledge it because of its controversial Confederate ties. So we'll see what happens with that coming up as well. In interesting social media news, Michael Jordan's rare Bull playoff jersey is for sale, and it's about to fetch about $50,000. Look, y'all, I am a guy that loves collectibles. When it comes to my teams and my favorite players and things of that nature, I got a ton of them here in my studio. They're behind me. Those are my awards, but there's tons of stuff over here as well. But I'm not paying $500,000 for nobody's jersey. Nobody. I don't care if I'm a multi-billionaire. No. What for what? Why? I don't understand it. I mean, I've paid good money for some of the stuff in this office and in the studio. Don't get me wrong. Just nothing in that range of $500,000 is just crazy. Las Vegas will serve as a hub city for Eastern Conference in the NHL's return to play. Over the weekend, rumors surfaced that the NHL has selected Las Vegas as one of its 2 hub cities. There were also reports that the league would make a formal announcement on June 22nd, but we are now learning that the date has been set. According to yardbarker.com, we got this information. This is likely due to the fact that the league is still working diligently with the Canadian government to ease its quarantine guidelines of 14 days for people entering Canada. If they can work it all out, Toronto is rumored to be the second hub city, which I think is great. One here, one in Canada. That kind of works itself out. I kind of dig that. So we'll keep you posted, let you know what's going on with that as well. So, all right. Let's see. Here's what we're going to do. Sports and celebrity birthdays. Very interesting birthdays today. Kendrick Lamar, 33 years old today. Tennis star Venus Williams turns 40 years old today. Happy birthday to Venus. Will Forte, MacGruber, and Last Man on Earth from SNL. Will Forte turns 50 years old today. Jason Patrick is 54 years old today. He's the guy from Lost Boys. He played Corey Haim's brother. Eric and Diane Murphy are 56 years old today. They are twin sisters who shared the role of Tabitha on Bewitched. Bet you didn't know that. Yeah, that's right. There were 2 of them that played Tabitha. Funny Man, Little Miss Sunshine, and As Good as It Gets star Greg Kinnear is 57 years old today. From Kingpin, Dumb and Dumber, and There's Something About Mary, Bobby Farrelly, one half of the Farrelly brothers, of course, the comedy geniuses behind those movies, turned 62 years old today. One of my favorite comedians from SNL of all time, Mr. Joe Piscopo, turned 69 years old today. He sang the song Mandy and Copacabana, y'all. He is a true living legend, and his name is Barry Manilow. And Barry was played in my aunt's house quite frequently growing up as a kid. Barry Manilow turned 77 years old today. And former Speaker of the House from 1995 to 1999, Mr. Newt Gingrich, 77 years old today. 4 days until Father's Day, 17 days until Independence Day, 79 days until Labor Day weekend. On this day in sports history, in 1960, Ted Williams hit his 500th career home run. In 1976, it was announced that the NBA and ABA would merge. Here's a throwback for you. On this day, June 17th, 1994, O.J. Simpson drove his Ford Bronco across Los Angeles with police in pursuit and millions watching on TV as he was being accused of murdering Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman. And of course, I told you guys the other day, Al Cowlings had a birthday. And of course, he was the driver of the white Ford Bronco. I think they're coming out with like a new 2020 Ford Bronco, and it's white and everything. I don't know how much it looks like Al Cowlings' Bronco, but anyway. 1995 on this day, the New Jersey Devils set an NHL playoff record with 9 road wins. And on this day, June 17, 2012, Dale Earnhardt Jr. won at the Michigan International Speedway. It was his first win in 4 years and 143 races. So it had been a while since he had a win. All right. So those are your sports history moments for this day, June 17th. Today is National Eat Your Vegetables Day. Although today is also National Apple Strudel Day and National Cherry Tart Day. Okay. So you're trying to tell me I need to eat my vegetables, but I can also have apple strudel and cherry tarts. Just kind of seems weird. Today is Global Garbage Man Day, as well as National Stewart's Root Beer Day. Root beer, my favorite soda of all time. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, making us part of your day. We appreciate you as always. And make sure you follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at SportsGuyMike. We'll talk to you again tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel. Right here on the Sports Guy Mike Show. And as I say around here all the time, don't sweat small stuff. Right here. See ya.
I'm connected all the time. Online, on my phone, on now.